We weren't producing just one event. We were actually producing about 5. To be honest with you, this is one of the biggest events the university has done.
The timeline, 2 weeks, was super abbreviated.
It's like, how are we gonna pull this off in 2 weeks? There's so much that needs to go into it.
Not gonna lie, I was like, this is the most insane thing.
We all had many sleepless nights or got 2 to 3 hours maximum.
Sometimes you reach a point when you have a goal and you can't stop until it's done.
It's not for the faint of heart.
There were people working Friday evening, Saturday, Sunday.
Murphy Law rules.
Wow, this one's longer this way than it is that way.
Ah, shoot. But if you're prepped and you prepare well enough, you can deal with those. Rokerthon is where Al Roker goes around and breaks world records.
So his first world record with Rokerthon 1 was he broadcasted the weather for 34 hours. Rokerthon 2, he did another really exciting feat, and he went to all 50 states in 1 week. And then with Rokerthon 3, he decided to go to different universities and break world records there.
I hadn't heard much about it. I kind of thought that it had fallen by the wayside and that no one had applied, and I didn't realize that Gaylord College had put together a submission.
We collectively decided as a class that let's put together a pitch video and see what they think.
We had a week to get that produced, and we did a lot of different shoots. At OU, we're kind of go big or go home.
Hey Al, we are students from the University of Oklahoma's Gaylord College of Journalism and Mass Communication.
We think we can break several records while you're here. All you have to do, come to the University of Oklahoma.
The feedback we got, they really liked the video. However, Al wasn't a huge fan of our concept.
They said no. Well, the students came back and said, not a problem. We'll come up with something else.
Whatever you need, we can do it. All you need to do is come to the University of Oklahoma. We want to be your largest weather canvas yet. We had about 2 hours to come up with a new concept. I happened to be the only one in OU clothing, so I was fine with being the talent.
All you need to do is come to the University of Oklahoma.
They came up with interactive weather map. NBC said, I love it.
Guys, I like this idea. I think it's something that can sell. We just gotta wait and see. Good job, guys.
Finally, we get word. Friday afternoon at 1:30 before spring break. You're good to go.
Next couple days.
Oh, this sounds great, Scott. I just love the whole idea of the concept tonight. I understand maybe too much.
Because I had no idea how we were gonna pull it off.
Our producer, Jen and Malia, that team said, we expect Oklahoma to top everybody and to set a standard that no one else could match.
Yeah, we want to set the bar way high. That I mean, every producer at every location wants to be the best.
And the question was, could we do it?
We don't have to worry about this.
Because it's a hazard.
Stressed me.
Are you about to give me a heart attack?
Yeah. It's not working. It was an incredible nightmare.
We had to work a lot with different leadership positions within the university, everywhere from president's office to public affairs to facilities management. It was all a team effort. No matter what was asked, whether it be something little like, hey, we need trash bags, or something as large as, hey, we need the stadium, everyone was willing to jump in and get their hands dirty and without question just do what we needed to get it done.
Everybody has a task to do. Our job not only was to do our task, but to help and facilitate everybody else to do their task.
So my role in this was getting a lot of those hands on deck around the institution that needed to be in collaboration with the press secretary, Matt Epting, who did a great job. So he and I were really helping to get those parts around campus to make everything fit together.
It was such a insane and rushed 2.5-week project that I think maybe at the beginning I didn't fully understand what all the students were working on.
We can think about it and see if there's a way we can set.
It really wasn't until that first meeting that we had in the studio, the first one that was filmed, that's when I realized, okay, there's a whole operation going on I wasn't even really fully apprised about, and it was really impressive.
Saturday's planning was a huge success, but the question is, could we now get everything in place before Al shows up on Sunday?
Part of my job was finding all the materials that we needed to make the props. Scott and I discussed different ways of making it. We figured that cardboard would actually be the best way.
Luckily, we had a great company that donated a whole bunch of cardboard for us.
Thank you for your cardboard.
And so we were able to create all these props for them.
Right now we are currently making suns and clouds and raindrops and snowflakes so we can project a live weather human map that Al Roker will do the weather off of.
We also realized there could be a lot of wind.
Right now it's very windy, so we're trying to hold it down as best we can.
So we had people painting, cutting, gluing, helping things dry. We had weights on top of these to make sure the cardboard didn't get warped.
It's my first time ever rolling paint. No pressure, it's just the giant sun, you know. If I screw up, there just won't be sunshine.
To finish that all off, we even had to put like handles. So there's a lot to making the props, which is kind of bananas, but it ended up being very fun and like very cool.
Saturday is when NBC showed up. NBC producer for this segment is Jen Long. And they had a couple things that we needed to do on Saturday. One of the main things is they knew on Sunday they were going to shoot a package on OU. And they had to look on campus, look at options, and because they were actually that day going to decide what the content was overnight, write the script, so they'd be ready to go Sunday morning.
You know, there's so many moving parts that, and it happens so quickly that anything could happen. But the best thing about it is it's live. There's no retakes.
We had 3 hours to do this, and I was really concerned, were we going to be able to make all this happen?
Flag, come on, everyone next to him. Go, I need a flag,
We had to call in Brian Britt and Brian Wolf, the director and the assistant director for the Pride.
When we actually went out to the stadium to plot the actual shapes on the field, what I did was I went through and actually charted out just like I would do for any halftime show. Decided, you know, here's how many students we needed maximum to fit into each shape, and kind of let that be the guide.
We got done a half hour earlier and got everything into place. And it was great. It was kind of like lunch.
This is what we call the important part of the project.
Because our next event was a big shoot. It's Sunday. The big day has approached, and finally, Al has arrived. We're talking game time.
We all decided that we wanted to set the tone for the week and blow everyone out of the water and just create an event and a visual experience for their viewers that couldn't be surpassed the rest of the week. To shoot the pre-taped segment on Sunday, we had to film at many different locations with many different groups of people, and we had to do the entire project in a really compressed time frame on a Sunday afternoon.
Clockwork. It had to be clockwork. Al Roker was given 10 minutes basically per location. Our goal was to get there, get him in there, get him informed, do it, get him out to the next one. Our first two shots were some of the most complicated shots. One was Al Roker waking up in a dorm room.
Where the heck am I?
Al, you're at the University of Oklahoma.
Who the heck are you?
Aside from being the student body president, I'm your roommate, JD.
Who the heck are they?
Oh, they're with us. Come on, let's go explore OU.
Okay, if you say so.
But at the same time, the next shot was going to be the big musical number.
And of course, we get severe weather in the middle of it as an extra curveball thrown in.
Weather was a huge issue on Sunday.
Go ahead and go in.
Yes, I need you to go in.
All right, guys. Hey, we're going in.
Weather is our biggest friend and our biggest foe.
All right, so here's the deal. Our first little mix. We were supposed to shoot at 1:30. Guess what? Lightning storm has just come in. We got to go inside. Hopefully it'll be gone by the time. Hey, we got to go. And so Al's right now waking up over in Headington Hall and meeting his roommate, and his suite mates, Boomer and Sooner. All right? And so we all evacuated into Price Hall. You guys are gonna go next door right now. And we just had to wait for the weather to dissipate.
After Al filmed his scenes in Headington Hall, he's on his phone looking at radar, and it was quite a surreal moment when you have Al Roker standing there in front of you, world-renowned meteorologist, and he's looking at his radar. I just asked for his candid advice on what we should do in that situation, and he said, I think we should run with it.
At that same moment, there was a severe storm coming through, and so we were not going to be able to shoot outside, and so we decided to reorder and shoot an indoor segment instead, and that one involved a group of National Merit Scholars.
That scene we did in the grade reading room. One scene. It was one scene. We did 3 different shots, and we did one take. Did you know that OU has more National Merit Scholars freshmen than any other university in the country?
That is awesome!
Sorry.
Roker.
All those were one take. So that was really cool. Like, we were in and out, and just to see everyone ready and prepared. It was great. It was just a great experience.
The moment that weather system passed, we had to be back out there.
I need a driver for that cart over there.
The whole team, television team, came in from the library. We came from Price Hall. We knew at this point we were already 20 minutes to a half hour behind. This is take 3, and they wanted to do a big opening number where Al was walking down the campus and all these students would pile in back behind him. When we heard that idea, we knew there was one person we needed to call.
Well, my main function was to prepare the "Oh, What a Beautiful Morning" sequence that happened outside. Al had woke up in a dormitory, and then our instructions from the NBC Today Show crew was to make it like La La Land.
Oh, what a beautiful morning. Oh, what a beautiful day. I've got a beautiful feeling. Everything's going my way.
They're gonna push the car out and Al's gonna get in.
Engineering's racing car, the engine didn't work. But we kind of came up with an idea saying it needs more horsepower, and that's where we were able to get Boomer and Sooner to kick in.
You know, I think I'm gonna need more horsepower. Boomer, Sooner, let's go, boys! Hit it! Faster, faster, faster! Not so fast!
And I'm home, baby, and he's gonna run through and he's gonna high five everybody.
While we knew there was going to be severe weather that we would have to deal with, there was one aspect we didn't realize we'd have to deal with. And that is the fact of our big weather shot where Al shows up at the National Weather Center was supposed to have 100 weather students. Well, none of them were there. They're all out chasing storms. It was the first storm chasing day of the season. So one of the things we did is after we finished our big La La Land shoot with everybody is we said, guys, how would you guys all like to be weather students and come over and play that role? And sure enough, they all got in the cars and came on over.
And I'm home, baby! Oh, yeah! Woo! Yeah! My people! My people! All right! What's the temperature in Anchorage, Alaska? 24 degrees! What's the wind direction in Portland, Maine? From the south! Are we gonna see rain for Rokerthon? Yeah! Yeah, baby! Yeah!
So Al, this is our OU Nightly broadcast.
Oh, cool.
Well, guys, Rokerthon is officially coming to OU.
We're hoping for some bright, sunny skies over the plains.
Yeah, we'll now turn to Sawyer. Well, Sawyer, what can we expect to see this week?
Yeah, guys, money's looking great, and here's what's happening in your neck of the woods.
No, Sawyer, you've got to say it with a little more authority, a little deeper. Say it, your neck of the woods.
What's happening in your neck of the woods?
Your neck of the woods.
Your neck of the woods.
Excellent, Sawyer. My job here is done.
It was fun being able to bring the whole team to Gaylord and include Gaylord in that. We have been involved in this. We might as well be able to show off Gaylord. That was fun.
Here's what's happening in your neck of the woods.
Excellent. My work here is done.
The best thing was you can do all the planning in the world, but you have to be able to improvise. And that's where you saw how good the planning was. That when the weather came up with the potential disasters and the storms and all these things, everybody was able to adjust and come through. At the end, everything turned out great, and NBC was ecstatic.
I've got a beautiful feeling, everything's going my way. Boomer! Sooner! Oh yeah.
It's Monday morning before sunrise. College students just don't get up at that time. So, you know, the question was, are we going to have anybody?
They're gonna wake up, that kind of thing. And even I woke up in the middle of the night and was just thinking, am I gonna miss it? Am I not gonna wake up in time?
Well, it's really early. I had to wake up at 3:30 and I still look not the greatest, but we're here and hopefully it'll be fun. Thank you.
And I go in there and I'm about ready to start talking to everybody. And one of my producers, Sierra, just gets up and goes through, we need to do this.
Okay, so we need to get the props onto the field. So you three are in charge of putting the props on the field.
I really felt like we had a really good handle on everything and that we were in a really good position to get everything done Monday morning.
And so here's what we're going to do, guys.
Okay, cool, thanks. Let me know if you have any questions.
Al has to ride in on the Sooner Scooter. And we said, great, let's do that. It's not as easy as that.
They're not gonna like,
We worked really hard on figuring out how can we get Boomer and Sooner to come out at full speed and then just stop, because that's not how they're trained.
They're worried that they'll go back because that's what they're used to doing.
Well, we can do our best.
The Pride of Oklahoma is really good about really just keeping their own energy up, and it's kind of a thing where if their energy is high, people around them are going to feel a little bit more energized and feel like, oh, they can do it, we can do it, because they're in full uniform kind of thing. When you play the Oklahoma Fanfare, it's kind of a big deal. It gets everybody really excited, like, oh my gosh.
You know, the band was playing all the time. They would play at breaks, they would be the background, and when Al came running in and they're playing Oklahoma, that very first moment set the stage that said, we are going to be successful.
Now how's that for an entrance?
Rokerthon was on.
The students and the band here are going to help us show you the weather the way we've never seen it before, a giant human map, okay? So these students are all, first of all, we've got sunshine in the southwest. The weather's looking pretty spectacular. But as we make our way up to the north,
He just went wacko.
up to the plains we go.
And watching Al run around was hilarious.
Norman, Oklahoma, things looking good.
They said the human weather map was just perfect.
That's what's going on around the country. Here's what's happening in your neck of the woods.
So I got to be on headset with the NBC producers in New York.
At the Weather Channel on cable, Matt and Savannah, I'm so bright, my mama calls me son.
Every minute of it, they are rolling laughing.
We're going to start moving into position for our world record.
Our hope was not to break just one record, but to break multiple records and do them all at the exact same time.
I think the movement of everybody into the different weather shapes was really well done by all the groups that took care of that.
After everything is done, we're going to have you fill out a witness form. It is very straightforward. It looks like this.
And you're going to be picking up your ponchos.
You're not just doing one human image today, you're doing 3 different ones simultaneously, which raises the stakes by 3.
Making history today.
Go, get counted.
Then once everyone's in formation and Michael presses start on his clock, everyone has to stay in formation for 5 minutes.
Guys, you slide a little more over there to build the video. All right, that's it. Put the bombs away. We're getting set.
Are you being British?
To your left.
I love OU. I love Al Roker Today Show. Bless up.
We are going to start the clock now. 1, 2, 3.
This is it. It's what we've been waiting for. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Literally my first thought no joke, is, oh my God, I get to sleep.
More fun than I ever would have expected. I didn't expect it would be bad. I just didn't know it would be that enjoyable that morning.
But for us, it was like we were able to organize a national event. And for us, that was record-breaking.
I could just take it all in and enjoy the experience.
It was just a great sense of, okay, we did this, you know, it's done.
And both of them are Guinness World Records titles.
For the university to see what our students could do. For me, that meant more than breaking a world record.
It's something I probably won't ever forget.
We have so many different organizations and we have so many people that are ready to just be in charge and help out and volunteer.
That was really cool to get to see the producers from the NBC and work together with them on an actual production.
I've always said that being in creative media production is not just producing a video. You're learning lifelong skills. You guys discover a job that needs to be done, and it just gets done.
Learning here was the most fantastic experience, and Rokerthon was just the feather in the cap.
They had just accomplished a major task. They had created something for national television, created a show. This is not something you get to do every day. But, you know, as a creative media production student, it's what you live for.
There's a certain level of desperation that we've all reached.
Everyone's got a piece of the pie.
So I'm gonna move.
That is correct.
Okay, I get it. Why are we back to this?
Flagging it up, it's real nice.
We're flying. Like, you give us a raindrop, that thing's painted in under a minute. 2 minutes. 2 minutes is Surge Clock. I'm a minute.
We should make a business of this.
We should be a business. We're gonna be a business.